What up, guys? Your boy Just King ZA. Welcome back to the Just King ZA podcast. And yeah, man, as you can see today, we're doing a kind of a different type of video. Here I got my brother Maintenance.
Yeah.
Maintenance
in the building.
Yeah, this is my brother. He's got a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. Yeah, man. He's taught us a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought I should do at least a little bit of one episode with him. There'll be more to come. This is just a pilot, you know what I'm saying? A pilot beginning, just to see how it goes. Yeah, man, as you know, on this podcast we talk about a lot of different things. We talk music, we talk politics, we talk everything concerning our country, our black race, and everything that we're all about. So yeah, man, this is gonna be, it's not an interview, it's almost like it's a conversation, you know. So as you guys know, we're going through a lot as a country, a lot of messed up things, illegal foreigners, and an agenda against our people. So yeah, man, so basically what I want to know from you, bro, is that how do you feel about what's happening right now in South Africa when it comes to young men, and with so many young men not working, not almost like the system is against young men in favor of foreigners and South African women. South African women are having so many opportunities, while our young brothers, you know, it's almost like the system is working against them. How do you feel about that?
Before we even go further, if I should say, tell me, out of the many men or young men who are trapped in that mine, how many are foreigners? Do we know?
In terms of like who are thinking that way?
Because I've seen a lot of interviews where the people who are getting interviewed are South African women, mothers.
Yes.
And then some of them are saying that our babies, our children, our young boys are down there, trapped as well because they needed to make ends meet. Right?
Yeah.
So I would say, imagine you are a young man, you stay with your mother, and then you have your sister. There's no father. Maybe a father is long passed on, or maybe a father is not anywhere to be found. But you are in a certain age where you could do something. But somehow, even after you manage to do your grade 12, and then you did not manage to go to school and maybe pursue a career outside, or maybe you did manage to go to varsity or college, but then there's no job, you're sitting at home, but your mother sells tomatoes 2 or 3 down the road, but she doesn't make much, right? Do you have the strength as that man to say, now we need to buy bread because there's no bread in the morning? Let me go to my mother and say, Mom, there's no money for bread, or do you have 20 rand for bread? When you know that your mother only sells tomatoes, and then in a day she can only manage maybe to say she sold 2 packets of 10 rand, and she's coming back with 20 rand. And then out of that 20 rand, imagine she has to also restock those 2 packs of tomatoes that she sold. So it is not even equal to a bread, because she has to subtract something in order to restock. So I think that puts pressure on young men to say, I don't want my mother to go through this. What can I do? This is a situation that we are now in, whereby we are finding our own local people also in illegal mining, going down underground illegally, so with no experience, no skills, because they want to find something for themselves. Maybe life caused them to even go outside and have a baby. So they also have to support their mother and their baby, and the mother as well of their baby.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure in one young man.
But you know that the people who are actually underground there, majority are not South African. There are people from Mozambique, Zimbabwe, majority. South Africans, it's few. It's few South Africans that are actually down there. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is that our South African people have some sort of restraint to this type of things. That's why you see that this industry of Zamazamas is completely, mostly run by people from Lesotho, illegal people from Lesotho. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that our young men are resisting some of these things. Some are, but many have that moral compass to not do this thing. So many of these people that are doing this thing are illegal foreigners. Many of the people that are maneuvering and doing crime and all these type of things is foreigners. Foreigners are just all over, and then the industry is also favoring foreigners because these people have managed to maneuver into companies and set themselves up to a point where now they don't want the South African man, but they will rather take the South African woman.
And do you know what the bad thing is?
Yeah.
The bad thing is, in this case, when an outside person commits crime, they cannot even be found. But you as a South African, you do something illegal, even when you are in a group of those outside people, you will be found.
Exactly.
Because you can be tracked. Which leads me to a conclusion or a point where now I would say we do have illegal people in the country who are doing wrong things.
Yeah.
But in most cases, they are working together with people inside the country in order for them to actually be the inside man on the job. Do you understand?
True.
Because I think it's more hard for an illegal person to do something without the person inside, because they don't actually know what's going on inside. So the person inside actually knows what the rounds, what needs to be done, how it's supposed to be done. So imagine you stay in a country outside, right? So you staying in that country, you want to go to another country. You are good at this mining stuff. Maybe in your country you managed to mine some gold and some diamonds, you sold them, you made some cash. So now they are depleted. You want to go to another country to do the same thing. You don't know where the mine is. Right? You don't know where the mine is when you want to go to that country. How do you just happen to be in the mine?
I agree there. That,
you understand?
And that's what I'm saying, that industry and as well as those illegal people, they create the system. They are the system. Because those ones are inside, they have the powers to know where is the place that's filled with the most gold, what and cobalt, all those things. They know those things. So they are the industry, but that industry is not focusing on doing things the right way, to getting South Africans getting the opportunities to do things the right way. They are choosing to work with those illegals, and then they are robbing the system in a way. You know, so I have heard what you said, and you are right. But what I wanted to know is that how do you feel of this evil industry in terms of that way, this evil mind, that these people can come to that mind to say, nah, these people, we don't care about them. We don't want them. Let's get these foreigners. Let's cut corners. Are you saying that is that going to be something sustainable over time, or how do you feel about it in the moral compass of a human being? Where is this going?
If I should intervene in that, I would say we are created as people.
Yeah.
And we are all people.
Yeah.
And as a citizen of a country,
Yeah.
It's not in the law to actually take things into your own hands and say, I don't want this type of people, I want that type of people, I don't want this type. What I would say is the government has to step up their own game, actually, because they have to ensure that the borders are secured. Because as a person who is just a citizen, I cannot go out and seek all illegal people and kick them out of the country and say, you came here illegally, go out. So that's all in the government. So as citizen, I would say, let's put pressure on the government, not actually go to the illegal people and kick them out and go with. No, it's inhuman to go and do that. You burn their buildings, you do all. It's inhuman. It's not something that we have to do. It causes and it creates bad situations for us and a bad image, and also pulls out cases, because we are actually meant to be united as Africa, but we are being divided because the government is actually not doing its job properly. If the government does its job properly by securing the borders and ensuring that people come into the country legally, so it actually creates an equal opportunity kind of game, because everyone is here equally. We wouldn't say you are an outside person, why are you getting a job and I'm not? Because that outside person has got qualifications. They're coming in legally, so they're getting a job legally, so. But if they come in illegally, so, and get the opportunity that I wanted, then I will complain. But I'm not supposed to take the power into my own hand and say, you took my saloon. I wanted to do a saloon here. I was saving money. Maybe in 5 years' time I was gonna do it. So you came in before me. So I'm kicking you out now so that I can continue saving money because you're taking my spot. You understand?
Yeah.
So we just have to imagine if that person you want to kick out is actually you being kicked out by that other person, and you are trying to make ends meet for your family. You are trying to live and survive, because this world is about surviving. It's about striving and creating opportunities for yourself. In that man's image, he created an opportunity for himself and his family.
Yeah.
He is able to feed his family, his kids at home. The only problem is that he's in another country illegally, so. But to him, it's an opportunity created to look after the family. So the problem is with the government not doing its job.
Yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you see? What is the reason? Do you think that the government is allowing this? And remember, it's not just in South Africa. Even in the States, this is what they are doing. It's almost like it's a new phenomenon. I don't know what they benefit from it, where they just allowing. Because if you can check the borders of South Africa, there's no border. The border is like this paper here. This paper here, they just come across. It's like, it's down, it's not even standing. The border is not even standing. It's wires that are down.
So I guess that's the reason why now Donald Trump is getting into the presidency and saying he was going to build a wall on his first term. He was ensuring that he builds a wall. But the current president, of the state, U.S., actually took the materials for the wall and used them for something else. So it almost seemed like there's a two-mind rulership taking place, whereby there's a rulership that wants to actually ensure that things are run smoothly and the people benefit, people inside the country benefit, and there's another mind that wants to keep the poor. Because if you can eliminate job opportunities, every person who's poor will remain poor, because you're actually eliminating that equal opportunity thing whereby other people are just coming in and taking things, and they don't take anything. I mean, they don't get punished or they don't account for anything. They just come in and do everything. They don't tax, they don't do anything. So you are in the country, you tax. Money is taken from your hard work. This other person is in the country illegally. They don't tax. They keep all their income. So the opportunities are not equal somehow. So it's more like you who's paying tax, there is some sort of mandate that is put against you to not grow out, to just stay poor.
Exactly.
You understand? So you stay poor, and other people can just come and take your food
and be rich.
Right? So it's more like there's a government behind a government actually allowing all these things. Because what do we say? We have the borders, and we have people who are supposed to secure the border. We can blame the border securities and say they're taking bribes, they do what, but there are other places where there's no securities at all. We've seen documentaries where a person can just walk into the country just like that, and we don't even see a police officer somewhere close by.
You
understand?
True.
So if the country is putting funds and material and actually ensuring that those funds are used for securing the border, that would be better, like Donald Trump was doing, building the wall and ensuring that there's a big wall, a big tall wall that would be very risky to even cross. So if there's no men or people around the wall, around the border, there is a wall that is standing against you. So to cross it, you have to come up with huge plans. So I would say, that's something I could say about that.
Now, guys, I think that's the end of it. I don't want it to be long. I think that is a good episode. A lot of these conversations, if we talk, we can go on and on and on. This type of conversation, but very important conversations that we must talk about. So, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel so that the platform can grow and we can give you more and more this type of content, and we can expand. The more you guys support, the more we also creatively we come up with new things. You don't just get to watch us doing the same thing over and over. We can just expand. So anyways, your boy Just King ZA signing out.
Maintain signing out as well. Cheers.
Cheers.